The policy first became known to the public in April, and it was extended to commence on October 1st. Now, because of our belief that this policy was unconstitutional, was unlawful, the NBA went to court. And through the section on public interest and development law, SPIDL, and also some of our members, and our NEC resolved also to support these lawsuits. And the court in Warri ordered that the status quo be maintained. And consequent upon that, the police reached out to us and we had an engagement with the police where all the parties agreed that that policy implementation be stopped. So we await the outcome of the legal challenge to the same. And before I continue, I would like to say a few things. We believe that the National Assembly lacks power to make that law, pursuant to which the police issued the policy. We also believe that, assuming without considering that the Nigerian police force has the power to, the National Assembly had the power to make that law, and that the policy given by the police as a regulation was lawful, that it was also ultra vires the police to make it, and that it was a money-making venture by the police. First of all, let me start by noting the Nigerian police force is a law enforcement agency. It is not one meant to generate revenue. And it is more worrisome that the policy implementation requires that the money be paid into a private account. There is no indication that this is being done as a public-private initiative, which will require that the concession agency will give a concession. There is no indication as to the transparency. There is no indication as to what happened to the earlier permits given by the police. And assuming it is, according to the police, for security reasons that they are doing this, what happened to the validity of the earlier permits granted by the police? Why do you have to renew it? And we believe that the police is setting up members of the police and empowering policemen on the streets and on the roads to extort money from civilians and harass them. And we also believe that the purported notice of resumption is a calculated attempt by the police to make life very difficult for people this festive period by claiming that the resumption will be by 2nd January 2026. The police is simply saying, rush to get the so-called permit. So Nigerians who are already growing under harsh economic conditions, who are trying to feed their family, and those who are trying to find ways to travel to their villages and other places for the festive season, would have to accommodate the extortionate rate for obtaining this. And those who have tried to say that even the official fee is not enough. You have to also pay third parties to be able to get this. And our question is, if it is a crime-fighting measure by the police or policy by the police, and not a money revenue-making one as we contend it is, and as it is indeed, why can't this data be obtained at the point of renewal of your vehicle particulars, which involves the police, the customs, the state security service, and the licensing authority? Why is the IG so interested in compelling members of the public to pay money into a private account? And there's a lot of opacity. How did they arrive at the amount being paid? How is this money being spent and shared? If it is for public purposes, why is it not being paid into federal government account through a TSA account? And we think that Nigerians should rise up to condemn this. The police should focus on protecting the lives of the people, not making off their back. The people are already suffering. But above all, as a professional association whose motto is promoting the rule of law, we think that they have action by the police under the IGP, Inspector General of Police, Egbetoku, flies in the face of judicial proceedings involving the police. It does not matter whether there is an injunction or not. The police ought to await that outcome, to which they are represented by a counsel. And they are represented by a senior advocate who gave court an undertaking that the police could not do anything. And we hope and believe that it is not the lawyer who has advised them that they can resume this collection while the matter is pending in court.